everyone. Oh. Hi everyone, welcome to Nisha's True Crime. Today we'll be finishing the video of Michael Bever's interrogation. Just to let you guys get a reminder, I guess. Michael Bever and Robert Bever killed their entire family in around 2015. There were only two survivors. Their sister, who was 12 at the time, and a little baby who's also their sister, who was 2 at the time. They were going to murder everyone, but the police caught up to them in time, and they weren't able to finish. Michael at the time of this interrogation was 16. Robert at the time was 18. All right. They were convicted and arrested. Yep.
I think he might have been alive because later I came back and the door was shut and locked. I tried to kick it down.
Okay.
Just I know schools and I do it now.
So,
You kicked it down?
I didn't kick it down.
Okay. Who did?
I tried to. Nobody kicked it down.
Oh.
It stayed intact. I don't know what's in there if he's still alive.
did you, because here's what I'm seeing happen. You know, you guys had all these detailed plans. You had all the cool stuff to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it kind of started falling apart. And he said, like, it didn't go as planned. I mean, did you kind of just freak out a little bit? Like,
Yeah,
what's really happening?
Well, I didn't go to school, but like.
Yeah, you don't. But here's what's getting me is like, it's crazy because you guys worked together and made all these plans and, you know, had it all figured out. And then when it happens, you're just kind of standing there not doing anything. And did you decide like, Robert's gonna kill everybody and I'm gonna stand here and do nothing, so I better, I mean, I
think that was my plan. I didn't want to kill anyone. I couldn't do it, so I was going to let him, like, kill everyone.
Yeah, but you stabbed somebody in the neck. I mean,
I just kind of.
well, what I'm saying is it's not Robert's the one that should get all the credit here.
Yeah.
Well, because it's a big deal. I mean, you're gonna be on the news.
When the first responding officers arrived, they saw blood around the porch of the house. They knocked on the door, heard a faint voice calling for help, and forced their way into the house, where they immediately found a 13-year-old girl, Crystal Bever, bleeding from multiple stab wounds. After pulling her out of the home, the officers discovered Daniel Bever and the rest of the victims, who were all dead. It was believed that one of the brothers responsible for the killings lured out the victims by pretending he was under attack.
You know what I mean?
People are going to want to interview you.
I don't want to be interviewed. With this.
Well, but
Like they said, that is how they got to kill their siblings. I think Crystal Bever was the one who said that her brothers like lured her into the room, and yeah, they slit her throat and tried to kill her.
I'm just thinking,
He does.
because you had said you had the plans, like, you're supposed to kill this person.
Yep.
He's supposed to kill this person. Were you supposed to kill Christopher? Was he your responsibility?
No,
It just worked out that
Christopher
way?
and Daniel were supposed to be his responsibility. I was only supposed to kill Dad and Victoria, hold with Victoria.
But he had already basically done that.
Yeah.
So now you're left standing there. So were you trying to kill Christopher when you stabbed him in the neck? Were you just gonna?
I broke his middle of the neck. I think I might have even hit him in the shoulder. I certainly didn't do it hard, but I don't know.
So, originally, your responsibility was Victoria
And Dad.
and Dad.
Yep, that's who I was supposed to take care of.
Did you guys talk specifically? Because you said the crossbow. So you said, I mean, you guys had it planned like this is specifically how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it was very specific, unfortunately, you know. I think he got his plan for movie or something. It doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be a lot quicker and quieter, I guess. I mean, Did you, so had your cell phone, is that right?
Daniel had my cell phone.
Daniel.
They got my cell phone and called the police.
So when did you last have your cell phone that you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was in my pocket. Either that or I was sitting on the living room couch.
Okay.
I don't know when he got it. But
So you had maybe left it on the living room couch and gone to your room, and you guys were waiting for things to go down.
came ready.
Did he like ever use your phone or play with it or do any of that stuff?
No, he wasn't allowed to.
So did he only get your phone because he was trying to call for help?
Yep.
So you think he went to the living room and got it?
Yeah, I think he did. His mom was laying in the living room. I was screaming, call the
Okay.
police.
And so somehow he came down the hall?
Yeah. I don't know if he might have in the room when I was outside. I was turning off the alarm.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
Do you know what alarm company your alarm's through?
We never actually, it's just the alarm, the sound
Just
itself.
a sign?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the sign. I think it's ADT, whatever.
And are there cameras or anything in your house?
Yeah.
Where do those record to?
Hallways, living rooms, another hallway, and crib.
Crystal Bever survived the killings, but was critically injured from her wounds. She identified 2 of her brothers as the assailants in the familicide, saying that they lured her to a bedroom before slitting her throat and stabbing her in the stomach and arms. She underwent surgery at a nearby hospital and was listed as being in serious but stable condition.
Is it go to a computer or something?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but like imagine like you think that there's like a crazy psycho killer in your house killing your entire family. The only people that are gonna protect you are your brothers, and then your brother's like, yeah, come in here, come on, let's hide, and then suddenly how messed up do you have to be to do that to your own sister? Like, we all have family problems. We might not all like our siblings, but that's like next level.
Somewhere?
I don't think it was being recorded, no.
Oh.
Just live.
Do you not have, so is there a TV where you can watch it somewhere?
Yeah, my dad watches it on his phone. He has an app. To watch
Okay.
it. Watches on
Is that through like the cable company or something? Or?
No, I think it's something he set up, like his own server or something.
Oh, okay. And you don't think it's being recorded?
I don't know if it was being recorded. I mean, his computer system's like, super hard to get into.
Oh, but is it like a good computer system?
It's a good computer system.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a database engineer or something. So.
Oh, that's right.
It was probably a terrible computer system, and this kid just didn't know how to do it.
So as all this was going on, what was Robert saying? Did he say anything to you?
He didn't say anything to me until we were getting ready to head out the back door. I asked him if he was okay, what was going on. He said, yeah.
Okay. So you guys were just kind of silent the whole time?
Yeah, it was,
Did you cut your finger? Is that your other hand? Is that?
I think I might did. No, I think I might have done this
Did you
first.
wrap
I
that?
did stab Christopher.
Okay. So that might be from your own knife, is what you
Yeah,
think?
it's fine.
Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed. And so how do you think you cut your finger?
I was kind of.
Oh, were you holding him?
No, he was on the floor, but
You know,
I lied to you or something.
you don't remember?
I cut it with my own knife. I know that.
And you think it was during the time when you were stabbing him?
Yeah, I know that time.
Did you say anything to Christopher?
I just.
No. So you stabbed him.
When you were
Now
your
it's
brother? Okay.
several hours later. How are you feeling?
This whole thing, like film when you first stabbed to getting caught, I think it only lasted about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like, because it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. So it's like 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now? I mean, just kind of,
I didn't want to do that.
yeah.
I shouldn't have done that.
Still did it.
So you were saying you pleaded with, I guess, when they were locked in the bathroom and what other room were they locked in?
The bathroom, and right next to it is my dad's office. Daniel locked himself in his office.
Is it just one door to get into the bathroom and the office?
No, they're right, 2 doors right next to each other.
Right next, like this,
Like,
basically,
like
in
this.
the corner,
Yeah.
kind of.
And I was like, I said, help, Robert's after me, and they both opened up.
And which room did you go in?
I went into the bathroom, just, I stabbed Christopher.
Okay. But, and then what, did Robert go?
Robert went into the office where Daniel was, stabbed him. Daniel ran off, and he came into the bathroom and started stabbing Christopher. I left. And, yeah.
Okay.
So, I guess where I'm kind of confused is if you didn't want this anymore and you didn't want this to go down this way, why con them into opening the doors and letting this continue?
I was trying to help
And why did
Robert.
you stab Christopher?
Because,
Did, and so when you guys, ran out the back door with all your stuff, and of course that wasn't part of the plan, did you guys talk and like, hey, we need to go this way, and now it's high?
I think we pretty much knew where to go.
Okay.
And I just kept asking if he was okay, because, we acted like he was about to, collapse.
Okay, because you guys have been through those woods before?
Yeah, we used to play them.
Okay.
So we knew where to go.
And you said someone had knocked at the door,
Yeah, that's why we didn't go through the front door and get in the vehicle.
okay,
Because someone knows how to do it.
and you said maybe that was the neighbor,
I think it was,
but did you also think, is it the police?
I know if it was the police, they would have gotten into the door because was laying right down. In
Okay.
the view of the window screening.
What was, when did you realize the police were there?
When we were in the woods.
Okay. And how did you know the
We heard
police?
the sirens and
Oh.
we said, then a couple minutes later we saw the lights.
And then you heard a dog?
Yeah.
Was the dog barking or growling or something?
It was growling, but
Yeah.
pulled me up.
Okay, so at the point when you heard the sirens and stuff, were you guys kind of hiding and hunkered
Yeah,
down?
we had been sitting down.
Hoping they wouldn't find you?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the ditch.
So did you guys tell anybody else your plans?
I didn't tell anyone else. I'm not, Rob was talking to people online about it.
So how many computers are in this house?
Yes, of course. I think everyone has at least one computer. There's like 3 Chromebooks, which Daniel, Perry, and Christopher use. I have 2 laptops that I use for game design. Robert also has 2 laptops and type. Has a tablet laptop thing.
Where are your 2 laptops?
Robert's is in his closet, mine is on the desk.
Do you guys share a room?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2. Do you use both of them, or one's an old one and
One's
a
an
new?
old.
So you don't really use that?
No, I was gonna get take the guys and stuff.
I see. And your newer one is on the desk?
Yeah, next to
And then Robert has 2, but he has an old and new one?
yeah, same things. I have a old compact, he has an old compact.
Okay. What's your new one?
Gateway.
And then what's Robert's new
And
one?
also Gateway laptops and all.
And where is his new one?
In the closet, I think, with his old one. Mine's on the desk with my old one.
Okay.
We were going to plan on, taking those guys out.
To take him with you or something?
We were
Oh,
just
to the
gonna-
old ones?
Yeah, we were going to keep them.
Yeah.
Working with them away.
Do you, does your laptop have like a passcode or password on it or
Yeah,
something?
I can tell you the password if you need it.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. What is it?
Once I graduated high school, I changed it to hashtag 2014, capital G, grad.
Capital G,
Yeah, grad.
grad, G-R-A-D.
Yeah.
And then G is capital.
Hashtag 2014.
I see.
It's a long password.
Do you know the password on
Mine is
Robert's?
just-
No, I don't.
And so is your, I may have asked you already, where's your knife now, do you know? Or where was
My
it
knife,
last?
all my 3 knives were in my pocket. Were in my pocket, man.
Oh, when you got caught, okay.
Knives, hatchets, and other bladed weapons were found at the scene along with protective gear. Law enforcement officials claimed at least some of the weapons found were used in the killings.
So here's a problem that we might have, and I don't want it to be an issue for you, because you've been really cooperative. You know, we're gonna talk to Robert too, so he's gonna give us his version of the story, and
Oh yeah, Robert's
you know,
gonna tell
sometimes they're gonna be
everything.
different. So, is there anything that you kind of didn't quite tell me right, or you changed a little bit, and now that you understand that Robert's gonna tell me everything?
He'll probably tell you that he forgave them, because that's what I told him, you know, when they were sitting out in the woods, to make conversation, but, you know, forensics will show you how they stabbed across the throat.
What 3?
What do you mean you told him, so you told him you killed 3
Yeah,
people?
I told him, because he asked me how many did you get, I said 3.
Did you tell him who you got?
No, I just said 3.
So do you, I guess this is my question for you. Do you think it's a lesser sentence if you killed 1 or if you killed 3?
No.
What, I mean, I don't know, I think Robert, he may have, there's gonna be a lot of differences, that's what I'm concerned about. And we don't want you to come off as a liar, I mean, because you've been real cooperative,
Oh
you
yeah.
seem like a really good
I don't
kid.
want you to come
You know,
out
you
as a
graduated
liar
high
as well as
school
a
early,
murderer.
you're designing
That would be
games. I mean,
Terrible.
there's all
Imagine
kinds of stuff you
that.
got going on. And so I don't want people to get a bad opinion of you
Oh,
and think
of
that you're
course
the
not.
type of guy that lies to police
It's not
when
like
it's
you
kind of
killed
caught.
people.
You know what I mean?
Especially your family. No.
Tell
Don't
me,
do that.
I know that you're leaving
I
something
ain't gonna
out.
make you look
There's,
real
I mean,
bad though.
because it's like she said, you know, this isn't like you stole a bicycle. You know, this is the most you can do, you know. So it's a big deal.
I bet the
But a
kids
lot of
right now
people,
wishing that
when
you
they
did
talk
steal a
and think about
bicycle.
this thing, your honesty is a big deal, and how you handle yourself from here on out. And if you come off, because to me, you don't seem like a bad guy, you know, like, you don't scare me. I mean, I never thought you would have done this, so you just seem like a normal kid to me. And you seem like an honest kid. But see, I talk to people all the time, and I mean, I know when people are lying, or when I'm not quite getting the whole story. And so I just want to catch you before you get in that bad spot where people start saying you're a bad guy, you're evil, you're a liar. So just tell me what I'm missing.
I mean, along with the do thing, I was going around and like convincing the people who were still alive that like I was on their side. I called the police, you know, so they would like stay and Robert could get them.
So they kind of stay on the ground, and he'd be able to come stab him again.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to go get Robert to let him know someone was still making too much noise or anything?
No, it was chaotic. It was just going from person to person.
So what kind of things did you say to them?
But the only things I said to them was when I was trying to convince them that I was with them, so they would, you know, come to me and could kill them.
Okay. And that's all you think that he might tell me different? Is he gonna lie to me?
I don't know. I don't think he would lie because I'm pretty sure the only reason he's like he let himself get arrested and it's not like getting a major shootout and dying from the police is because he went to see the aftermath. So I don't know his
Oh, I see. So you think he may kind of just tell us what happened too? Okay. Did you guys talk about being on the news and getting to see each other on TV and stuff?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you say and talk about?
Mostly about how we were planning on killing more people.
Yeah.
And we become famous. We get on Wikipedia lists.
Oh, okay.
Famous people.
That'd be a big deal, yeah. I mean, do you think they might even make a movie or something, or a TV show?
I don't know about a movie or TV show, but
Did you guys talk about that?
yeah, definitely documentaries and stuff. He just wanted to be famous.
What did you want?
Me?
You keep talking about what he wanted, what did you want?
No, I just wanted to get my Luna's pool, get a job.
I don't like
But
that
you,
big
I mean,
idea.
your big brother's telling you he wants to
I
be
don't like it
famous,
at
and
all.
you guys are making these plans. Surely you want some of that fame too, right?
Why
Yeah,
would I
I
like
do want to
Miko?
do
It's
it with
fine.
him
I'm
because like
sorry.
he's going to do it no matter what. He says if I don't do it with him, they'll just kill me too. Or leave me there. So do it with him.
Yeah.
So y'all have been planning this since the 30th of June, you said?
Yeah.
That's the first time y'all talked about it?
Well, not the first time we talked about Blue. I mean, he buys the light vest. He always said he would come out looking a little. I didn't think he'd ever do it. But
Yeah.
You need anything? We're gonna step out for just a second. Crap.
Hey, Ray, you drink that nice cold water. Can't be the last one we're gonna have for
We'll just be right outside, all right?
ever. He's rethinking everything. He's like, damn. I thought he was about to cry. I thought he was about to cry.
I was right. The guys that are interviewing Robert, kind of gave me a quick version of what he's saying that you did,
Yeah.
and you haven't told me everything, okay? So I know you're not being completely honest, and I gave you one shot already.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you might said. I mean,
Well, you stabbed more than one person. So who else did you stab?
saying,
Or you stabbed more than just one time?
oh, I stabbed Christopher one time.
How many times did you stab him?
I think twice.
Because you don't think we're gonna know that?
Stop
I
thinking
know.
and go with what you know.
You mentioned forensics a minute ago.
I know.
I mean, I'm just one of like hundreds of people that are gonna look at this thing, okay?
I know.
I mean, we got the state police coming in. There's, I don't know, 20 different forensic detectives at your house right now.
They're gonna be there a long time because of the scene that it is.
So everybody that you killed and every single stab wound that you inflicted, we're gonna know about. And this is your last chance to just kind of let us know, to be honest, to man up and tell us exactly what you did and start making it right.
Have to kill
Hey,
your own
Christopher.
family.
It's not stab. Victoria with Daniel.
You did not stab Victoria.
I tried to stab her.
You stabbed them all.
When she was walking away, I tried to go for her neck, but,
Is that when you cut yourself then?
yeah, I think that after that.
Where did you stab her?
I tried to go from behind the cargo bike.
Did you cut her?
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't seem like something you have to think about. I know you're still kind of dealing with it. And I wasn't there, I wasn't the one doing it, but you don't have to think about it. You know what you did. So you cut her neck, You stabbed Christopher in the neck. How many times did you stab Christopher?
2 or 3, I think.
And who else did you stab?
Besides Mom.
Because here's the thing, everybody's been stabbed, and you both had knives, and we know you both stabbed everybody. So you guys are kind of at the same level, and so now it's who's going to be honest and make this right, and who's a liar. Okay, which one do you want to be?
I'm not.
Okay, so you're a man of your word.
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to make this right and do the right thing at this point in time?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you
Okay.
missing?
You wanna start over then?
From like,
You tell us where you need to start.
he stabbed.
Yeah, well, if you don't leave him alone.
I didn't stab. I was stabbed Troy, and so
What about the crossbow?
the crossbow. Yeah.
He does not want to be there. He just wants to go back to his cell or whatever, go back to sleep. It's like, leave him
It's
alone.
broke. Yeah, I never necessarily use it. It's broke. It's cheap.
So it was a broke before last night.
It broke when I tried to guy fire because I wasn't able to do anything in here. I just need to uncock it. It's like when I around there, I pulled it together and this thing,
And that was a while ago, or that was last night?
Oh, that was last night.
Cause you were supposed to use it.
I was supposed to use it. I was caught back and I wasn't going to use it, so I tried to, uncock it and look.
So nobody's gonna have any crossbow injuries.
No, they're not.
What about the big knife, the machete? Did that get used on somebody?
I think he might have used it. I don't think that's what he might have used to stab him in the chest.
And what about the surgical blade knife?
I think that's what he's supposed to go with, too. So yeah, I think he used all of them. I only used the one. I used the green one.
You only used the green one, and you're sticking to that.
Yes.
And so, you only stabbed your family because they were in the way? Towards the bigger plan?
Well, the reason we was trying to kill family is, they were in the way and, higher count.
Just to start off with a big count.
So, is this all a game? This higher count, I'm confused, is this a game?
It's, more like trying to become famous and get, set a record.
Did you, now, because you said this yourself, you told Robert you killed 3.
Yep.
And so now we're stuck at the point where you've told us you stabbed Christopher and your mother. Is there one more person that you stabbed and you didn't mention earlier?
No.
Okay.
I can state to my mind that I ain't stabbed anyone else, but it's nothing.
How do you feel about what you've done now?
I didn't like it the minute it started.
I mean, how do you feel about your mother?
She's dead.
You watched her get stabbed, you cut her throat yourself, and you watched her bleed all over the place and scream. How does that make you feel?
No, think about it.
You don't want to think about it? And Christopher, your little brother, you stabbed him in the neck. What has he ever done to you? So he's just a number.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that now?
It's pointless.
It's what?
Pointless.
Pointless. Would you be willing to write us a statement kind of explaining what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Kind of start at the beginning.
Like paper. I don't know if I can get that long.
Yeah, pen and paper is what I'm talking about.
5 people were killed in the familicide, and 1 other person was injured. A medical examiner determined that the common cause of death was multiple sharp force injuries. Autopsies revealed the victims died between the late hours of July 22nd and the early hours of July 23rd.
I got these forms that you can write on. You think you can do that for me?
Sure, like about what?
Well, what I would want you to kind of write down is basically what we talked about.
Okay,
Like kind of talking about the plans that you guys put together, the stuff that you got, that he bought for you, and then what you're going to do, and then what happened last night.
like a little timeline.
Yeah, just basically like a timeline. Kind of like your story, like almost you're writing it for a book or a magazine or something. some of this for you first.
So you think the first time he ever talked to you about killing people was how long ago?
First time we ever mentioned killing people, I don't know, it might have been 2013 to 2014.
Okay, so we can, so you're gonna put, it says I on your sign, so you're gonna put your name right there for me, so go ahead and write your name there. And then it says and it wants to know how old you are in years.
Okay, like 16.
Yeah, that's good. And then it says, that's fine, we know. You were born on, so put your date of birth right here.
Okay, like,
However, it doesn't matter, however you want to do it.
And the guns were supposed to be picked up from where?
You'll have a gun shop. It's down the road, about 7 miles.
And then
On Elm?
Yep.
put your address there, and you can come to the next line if you need to, if you need room.
Let's see.
And what was the name of that website?
Bud's Gun Shop and the official Mossberg website, I think.
Oh, nah. You remember them websites way too well.
Yeah, perfect. Let's see. So I'll use this other pen too.
Bud's Gun Shop. Well, you can get all your guns you need. Bud's Gun Shop.
Okay, so here's what it says. I have been duly warned and advised by Eric Vince, a person who has identified himself as a detective, that I do not have to make any statement at all, nor answer any questions or do anything that might go against me or incriminate me in any manner, and any statement I make can will be used against me. I was also advised I'm not able to, if I'm not able to hire an attorney on my request, and have an attorney appointed for me by the proper authority without cost or charge to me. I do not want to talk to an attorney, and I hereby knowingly and purposely waive my right to the advice and presence of an attorney before and during any questioning or at any time before or while I voluntarily make the following statement to the aforesaid person, knowing that anything I say can will be used against me in the court or courts of law. I declare that the following voluntary statement is made to the aforesaid person of my own free will, without promise or hope of reward, without fear or threat of physical harm, without coercion, favor or offer of favor, without leniency by any person or persons whoever. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. So what you can do is, you can write here, and then if you run out of space, just jump over here and write here. If you run out of space here, let me know. I've got more of these. So just do your best. Don't worry about spelling. If you misspell something, it's not a big deal.
This pin's like,
You will try that. That one might be better. That one seemed kind of crappy too, though. Is that one better?
yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any other family that lives here? Like grandparents?
I got
or
this area.
anywhere?
I have an uncle and 2 grandmas, and various cousins.
Where do your grandmas live?
Whoa, they're moving out a lot. I think one's in Florida and one's in Greenfield.
Victims were identified as killed David Bever, 52, father, killed by at least 28 stab wounds to the torso, face, neck, and left arm and hand. April Bever, 42, mother, killed by blunt force trauma and more than 48 wounds to the head, neck, torso, and arms and hands. Daniel Bever, 12, son, killed by 21 stab wounds to the back, shoulder, and chest. Christopher Bever, 7, son, killed by 21 stab wounds to the back, chest, shoulder, and lower leg. Victoria Bever, 5, daughter, killed by 23 stab wounds to both sides of the neck, her chest, back, and upper arm. Injured, Crystal Bever, 13, daughter, injured by a slit throat and stab wounds to the stomach and arms. Unharmed, Autumn Bever, 2, daughter, sleeping in room. Neighbors said the parents homeschooled their children and kept a close eye on them, restricting them from mingling with neighbors or other children. The family's lifestyle was reported to be so inconspicuous that some neighbors found out the full names of the entire family for the first time when the medical examiner released them. Neighbors also noted the strange and unsettling behaviors of Robert and Michael Bever. Defense attorneys stated that David Bever was physically and verbally abusive towards his children, according to Crystal Bever's testimony. Robert Bever claimed that both of his parents were hateful and abusive to him and all of his siblings. He said his parents would often talk about people they hated and would refer to the biblical apocalypse as a retribution thing for everything they hated about the world. Robert Bever confessed to committing the familicide. He claimed that he and his brother planned the act for some time and intended to commit a shooting spree outside the family, hoping it would rival and even outdo the 1999 Columbine High School massacre. He later confessed that he and his brother planned to dismember the bodies of their family, place them in storage bins, and hide them in the attic of their home. He also stated that they planned to steal the family car, shoot, and kill 5 random people each at multiple locations and eventually achieve a body count of at least 50 people. An officer who interviewed Robert Bever stated that Bever admired serial killers, hoped to strike in locations outside of Oklahoma, and wanted to achieve a body count of up to 500 people or more. The brothers were arraigned in court on August 3rd. They pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against them. A preliminary hearing was set for October 28th. The date was later changed to October 9th, and later to January 22nd, 2016. It was changed again to February 23rd, 2016. On August 5th, Tulsa County Judge Bill Musselman ruled that documents concerning the case be made public. They were released the next day, redacted to protect the victims' identities and sensitive information. Robert Bever eventually pleaded guilty to all counts and was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Michael Bever's trial began on April 16, 2018, and on August 9, 2018, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Robert is currently housed in the Joseph Hart Correctional Center, and Michael is in the Lexington Correctional Center.
Robert looks so scary. I don't know, just like looking at him, I really do think he was a mastermind now. I think he did everything. But I was like looking some stuff up because I was like, oh, I want to know what's like going on now. So I found something from 2021 about this. And it's mostly about how the Supreme Court is planning on like changing sentencing. So if you're like a minor and you're arrested, it's not you have to, like, they have to give you a chance of parole. So if you're a minor, you'll always have a chance of parole no matter what you did. And it says that might be a good thing for Michael. But yeah, it says the judge sentenced Michael to consecutively serve 5 life terms, each estimated at 45 years, in addition to 28 years for assault. He currently has the possibility of parole, but not until he serves 85% of his more than 200-year sentence. So basically, he doesn't have a chance of parole, because that's 85% of 200 years. Anyways, he did kill his entire family, so I don't really think he deserves it. But yeah, it's a messed up story. Don't kill your family, kids. And thank you guys for watching. Next week, we will be discussing another murder case. I'll try not to look for family murders, but I don't know, those seem to be like my favorite. But we'll see. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my Instagram. Bye.